Here are my NFL Week 4 predictions. All right, it's Sunday, so at the time of recording this, the Cardinals have already lost to the Seahawks, so we're going to do the Sunday and Monday football games for Week 4. Starting off with the first matchup, we got the Steelers going up against the Vikings in Dublin, Ireland. Personally, I think that the Vikings offense is just going to be absolutely overpowered by the Steelers defense, so give me the Steelers on this one. Next game, we got the Falcons going up against the Commanders. And personally, I think Marcus Mariota is just not going to be able to get the job done. I think Bijan's going to run all over the Commanders' defense as well. So give me the Falcons. Our next 1 p.m. matchup of the day, we got the Saints going up against the Bills. This is pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to explain it. Bills are blowing the Saints out of the water. Next. Then we got the Browns and Lions going head-to-head later at 1. Personally, this should be self-explanatory, but if we have some Packers type game again, I just don't see that happening. Give me the Lions. Next, we got the Titans and Texans game. Everybody knows the Colts are in the AFC South. Indiana Jones. We own this division. Give me the Texans. All right, in our next game, the Patriots are expected to beat the Panthers. I'm going with the upset. Patriots are frauds. Give me the Panthers. Chuba Hubbard's going off. And I know the Giants have the hardest schedule in the league. Everybody knows that. You can't keep blaming your schedule for every one of your losses. The Chargers are still whooping you. And for our final 1 p.m. matchup of the day, we got the Buccaneers going against the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I know Baker Mayfield has led them on many game-winning drives. Their team's too injured, and they're going against a powerhouse of a team. So, give me Philly. Kicking off the 4 p.m. games, we got the Indianapolis Colts going up against the LA Rams. And as much as I'd like to say Indiana Jones is going to lead us to a 4-0 record, the Rams are one of the toughest teams in the league and the toughest team on our schedule, I think. So, as much as it pains me to say, give me the Rams. For our next matchup, give me the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey somehow isn't injured yet, so I think he will end up beating the Jaguars even with all the injuries on that roster. So give me the Niners. And then for quite possibly what could be the greatest matchup of the day, of the week actually, we have the Baltimore Ravens going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, both teams have struggled this year for their own reasons. Derrick Henry fumbling is one of them. But Patrick Mahomes just simply doesn't have his receivers to throw to. And we don't know if Xavier Worthy's going to be there this week against the Ravens. So I'm just going to take the Ravens simply because Patrick Mahomes doesn't or may not have his weapons to throw to. And then for the last 4 p.m. game of the day, we have the Raiders going against the Bears. Both teams are absolutely terrible, so I'm just going to flip a coin. There's heads, there's tails. Raiders are tails, Bears are heads. And we got the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders. And then for the last game of the day, we got Sunday Night Football, Micah Parsons' revenge game. We got the Green Bay Packers going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Packers because Jerry Jones cannot run a team. And then for our last 2 games of Week 4, we have our Monday Night Football games, which aren't on the poster, I know, but we're just going to address them anyway. We have the Jets and Dolphins playing. Arguably 2 of the worst teams in football. However, I think the Dolphins are indeed the worst team, and I think Garrett Wilson will go off on this terrible defense. So give me the Jets in our first game. And then in our second game, we have the Bengals going against the Broncos. And I have no doubt that the Broncos defense can't run all over this terrible Bengals offense and Jake Browning as a terrible quarterback. So, give me the Broncos winning our second game of Monday Night Football. That concludes my NFL Week 4 predictions. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.